All right, another big story we're covering is the Lindsay Clancy trial in Massachusetts. She killed her 3 children, tried to kill herself, jumped out of a window. None of that is in dispute. What is in dispute is whether or not she murdered her kids and ought to be held to account for that. The state says yes. Her defense says absolutely not. This woman suffered from postpartum depression. She was over-medicated. The docs screwed up. They over-medicated her, under-medicated her, depending on when she went to see them. That's the defense. Will it work? I'm going to get more to my legal analyst, Mark Dana, coming up on whether it'll work or not. In the meantime, here's NBC 10's Nicole Mader reporting on yesterday's Day 1 opening statements, and the first witness is called.
Opening statements in Lindsay Clancy's murder trial kicked off this morning. The prosecution arguing Clancy was lucid when she committed those murders.
She drew her husband out of the house, their father, so that she had the opportunity and the time to carry out these murders.
Sharing that Lindsay and Patrick spoke for 14 seconds on the phone after she killed her children before she tried to kill herself.
Nothing that she does or says in that phone call is of concern to Patrick.
The defense saying emphatically this whole case is a circus.
And he knew when he brought this charge that it was going to kill the soul of this young woman.
And that Lindsay told multiple people she was unwell. After openings, Clancy's ex-husband Patrick took the stand.
Cora was into princesses. And she had a lot of friends.
Clancy left that evening to pick up takeout for dinner that night.
I took Callan for a minute, and I rocked him by my knees, kissed Cora on the head, and I said, I'll be right back.
When he returned, Patrick Clancy found his wife on the ground outside, paralyzed after attempting to kill herself, slitting her wrists and jumping from a second-story window. He found his children dead in the basement. In Plymouth, Nicole Mader, NBC 10 News.
Oh, the husband stood by his then wife. He has since left her remarried. He was called yesterday as the first witness by the prosecution. It's our understanding that the defense shall also call him. Let me bring in our legal analyst, Austin Dana, to talk more about this. Austin, is it a heavy lift? The woman lost her 3 kids by her own hand. She's clearly mentally unfit. I don't know whether to stand trial or not. I'll ask you for that. But clearly the woman's not in the right mind. She's lost everything, including her health. Is it a heavy lift to send her to prison for this?
It may be a heavy lift for the prosecution, Gene. The burden's going to be on them now to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she lacked criminal responsibility for her actions, that this psychosis substantially impacted her ability to appreciate what she was doing was wrong and conform her conduct to the law. So they have to prove that. That's the lift that they are tasked with now.
Is this essentially an insanity defense, or are we calling it something else? What is it?
It basically is an insanity defense. That's the common nomenclature of it. In Massachusetts, it's lack of criminal responsibility. But the ultimate question is, was she able to conform her conduct to the law in this situation and appreciate what she was doing?
Postpartum depression. She also says I was either under-medicated or over-medicated, depending on the doctors who screwed up my case. Is that valid?
That's going to be the main defense here. And there are documentation of hospitalizations, of prescription drugs, of her reaching out for help leading up to this incident. So it is a valid defense. And I think the defense is going to be able to raise that. And now the burden's going to shift to the prosecution to say, no, that's not why you did this. There's something else going on here.
The jurors, listen, they're going to be touched by the descriptions of the deaths of the children. They're going to see her in a wheelchair, paralyzed. Are they going to just say, look, enough is enough? You know, she's suffered enough. She's paralyzed the rest of her life. She's got to live with this, and that's enough for us.
They very well may. And they may buy into the defense narrative, which is she didn't want to do this. She loved those kids. She was suffering from psychosis. And although there's some planning that went on here, it really was the psychosis that drove this.
All right, talking about the prosecution calling the ex-husband. He stood by her for a length of time, has since left her, remarried. He may also be called by the defense. Yesterday, was he a hostile witness? What would you label him?
I don't know that he rose to the level of a hostile witness. I think he got up there and he answered the questions that he was asked. The jury obviously is going to see that he's forgiven her. But the ultimate question is going to be for them to determine whether or not they find her criminally responsible for her actions, not whether he's forgiven her and moved on with his life.
All right, Austin, Dana, stay nearby because this case is going to unfold for the next couple of weeks. It's a tabloid sensation. I don't know if it rises to the level of Karen Reed coverage, but certainly very high interest. Austin, thanks.
Thanks, Gene.